araw ng Sabado, March 15, 2025. Pag-usapan po natin itong sinasabi ng Armed Forces at ng PNP na di umano hindi po totoo na merong merong mga resignation of the active personnel in both institutions because of what they did to PRRD. Well, siya na pala ang nabanggit po natin noon, mga PNP personnel lang o active elements ang nagsipag-resign. Well, lately po, marami din po tayong mga nabasa na may mga active Armed Forces elements. Isang babaeng Air Force at mayroon ding Army element. So siguro, in totality, mga around 10 personnel, both from the PNP and the Armed Forces. At maraming mayroon pa dyan iba na hindi lang natin alam. Pero ano po ang implication ng ganitong mga resignation which is being denied by both institutions? Well, of course, it reflects that there are really disgruntled rank and file men in uniform about what is happening politically in the country. Kaya nga po dinideny ng Armed Forces at ng PNP there being the official announcement to that effect kasi nga alam nilang mayroon. So gusto nilang pabulaanan, which is very natural on their part. Kaya po, ang mahalaga dyan, sinasabi nga natin, yung implication, the fact that there are some active elements tendering resignation due to their dissatisfaction of what is going on under the management ng bangag na Pangulo, nagpapakita lang po yan na talagang totoo ang mga sinasabi ng marami na talagang disgruntled o dissatisfied personnel. That is an addition to the fact na mayroon ng open letter by the active junior officers ng PNP. And prior to that, alam po natin yan, palasak sa social media, yung mga manifestations, mga na ipinahayag ng mga retired generals or officers both from the PNP and the Armed Forces na talagang expressly sinasabi nilang ayaw nila sa pamamahala ng bangag na Pangulo dahil sa massive corruptions being committed by people in the government against the Filipino people. So yan po ang katotohanan, mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid, which cannot be denied. At ang sinasabi nga natin, pag ito po ay tumagal hanggang 2028, baka dumating sa punto na hindi na po tayo makabangon. Gusto rin po natin bigyan ng reaction yung isang post ng isang major army from Tacloban City. Ito sinasabi ng bimidal major army officer. Sabihin, marami siyang mga nakamit na binalya. Ano po ang sinasabi niya? Sabi niya, totoo nga nabudol tayo ng 2022 election for voting PBBM as the president. Pero hindi tama na hikayatin ang Armed Forces para siya ang for the armed forces to solve the problems in terms of kudita o in terms of withdrawal of support to the commander-in-chief. Sabi nga niya, historically, nangyari yan noong 1986, nangyari din yan noong kay Iraq, at even during the time of GMA, yung ginawa nila Trillanes na nagkudita din. Pero sabi niya, wala namang nangyaring pagbabago. Ganon pa rin, kurap pa rin ang gobyerno. Kaya sabi niya, dapat matuto tayo na ang may kasalanan nito, yung taong bayan, dahil mali ang kanilang pinipili ng mga kandidato. Well, of course, tama po ang sinasabi nyo, Mr. Major. There is no wrong with it. And that is perfectly valid, your observation. Pero, dalawa lang po yan, sir. If you were in good faith of what you say, ideally speaking, that is perfectly correct. Tama po yun. And we cannot deny it, of course. But if you were with malice, and the sense na kampi ka kay PBBM at kay Tambaloslos, especially so that you are from Tacloban City, I would say na yung sinasabi mo na yan, idagdag pampabudol yan. Meaning that you are within and fooling the Filipino people. Kasi kung maobserbahan natin itong gobyerno na ito, maganda ang mga sinasabi. Kung hindi ka mag-iisip, talagang sasabihin mo, tama yung mga sinasabi nila. Kung hindi ka mag-iisip. Pero kung mag-iisip ka, alam mong kasinungalingan lahat ang pinagsasabi nila. Kabaliktaran ang kanilang ginagawa kaysa sinasabi nila. While they are saying good for the Filipino people, allegedly they are doing what are beneficial to the Filipino people. Yet, what they actually are doing ay panluloko, pambubudol sa mga Pilipino. Kaya, nasabi natin, I repeat, that if you really were in good faith in so saying, I would agree with you na tama ka talaga and we should be thankful for what you have said. Pero kung ikaw ay kakampi nila, eh dagdag pangbubudol yung sinasabi mo. Pero the way I look at it, hindi naman ikaw kakampi nila. Kasi direktang sinabi mo na nabudol talaga tayo ni PBBM. At dapat magising ang sambayan ng Pilipino na pagdating ng eleksyon ay talagang pumili ng tamang mga kandidato. Well, ideally, that is very correct. Very correct. No question to that, Mr. Major. But if we have to be practical, given the situation or situations nowadays, yung sinasabi mo, hindi practical in the sense that it is not the reality of the time. Sapagkat, sabihin natin, ang tamang proseso ay sa pamamagitan ng eleksyon with the Filipino people voting rightly or using their right to vote with prudence. Pero hindi po nangyayari in reality given the situations. Bakit po? Una, sa sobrang kahirapan ng sambayan ng Pilipino at dinadaan ito sinasamantala ng BBM administrations nila tambaluslos. So, they committed massive votes buying in terms of ayuda, tupad, AE, so forth and so on. Pera ng bayan ginagamit ng kasalukuyang administrasyon na pansuhol pambili ng boto at pansuhol sa mga generals, high-ranking officers in the government na sundin ang gusto nila to the prejudice of the Filipino people. That is number one. And it cannot be denied that it is really being committed. Yung mga oligarchs, mayayaman, hinahayaan ng kasalukuyang Pangulo na magnakaw in whatever way possible. Using the people's money. Yung mga mahirap naman, binibili in terms of ayuda from the people's money. So dito pa lang talagang yung sinasabi mong corrective measures can hardly be done sapagkat dulot ng kahirapan sa bahagi ng masang Pilipino, hindi nila matanggihan yung coercive nature ng mga ayuda. Sa bahagi naman ng mayayaman, there is tolerance, expressed tolerance by the administration. Bahala kayo, magnakaw kayo dyan. Basta for whatever you do, mayroon kaming share. And this is being done by way of connivance or conspiracy with the First Lady, Lisa Araneta Marcos. Alam natin yan. Kaya nga mayroong massive syndicate corruption in the government dahil dyan. Pangalawa, Mr. Major, yung COMELEC, which is supposed to be independent under the Constitution, has been reduced to an instrument of the administration. Nagiging manipulative mechanism ng administrasyon o pangdayain systematically ang election result. Ganyan din ang nangyari noong martial law regime, kung saan noong 1986 napatalsik si Ferdinand Marcos Sr. with Jaime Opinion as the chairman, COMELEC chairman at the time. Talagang nahawakan ni Marcos ang COMELEC. And the same way na ganun din ngayon. Kung nagbabasa ka naman, palasak naman ito sa social media, in-expose ito ni Atty. Respicio, a vice mayoralty candidate, and Reyna Mercedes Isabela, an IT expert as CPA lawyer. At ipinakita niya yung vulnerability of the election, of the automated election, kung saan sinabi niya na vulnerable ang sistema ng COMELEC na pwedeng mapalitan ang totoong resulta ng eleksyon by hacking the voting, the vote counting machines. At meron siyang napakasimpleng suggestion para maiwasan. Sabi niya, Mr. Chairman Garcia, to avoid hacking so that there will be no opportunity for the hackers to interfere or intervene the process in terms of changing the election result. Ikabit lamang, i-connect lamang sa internet ang voting, yung vote counting machines at the very moment na magta-transmit na ito ng election result to the COMELEC service o server. Nang sa ganun, walang pagkakataon ang mga hackers na ma-hack yung system at mapalitan yung election result. Just adding a sentence to your rule, instructing all concerns not to connect strictly the VCMO, the vote counting machine, to the internet unless it is transmitting the election result to the COMELEC server. Pero anong ginawa po ni Chairman Garcia, Mr. Medyo? Idinimanda si Atty. Respicio. Ipinadidisbar, pinatatanggalan ng kanyang CPA license sa PRC. Everything is to harass, to persecute people criticizing the government. Nakita niyo naman itong lower house with barbers to the Quadcom and now the Tricom. Gusto nilang patahimikin ang mga vloggers who are critical of the administration by way of saying that they only want to regulate these vloggers so that they could not spread fake news. Samantalang, the greatest fake news makers ay mismo itong pamahalaan ni PBBM. So, in other words, ang sinasabi po natin dito, if we were really honest to goodness, advocating for genuine reform, and if we really are practical, the only way to do it is to oust the administration, and that can only be done with the support of both the PNP and the military. Kasi kung civilian lang yan at ang military at ang pulis ay mananatiling loyal sa isang napakatiwaling administration, essentially you are no longer protecting the people, which is the true mandate of your being a military and PNP officers. Because to be loyal to the Constitution, Mr. Medyo, is to be loyal to the genuine interest of the Filipino people. So much so that if this government, this administration, does no longer serve the genuine interest of the Filipino people, then it has no moral and legal basis to stay in government any longer. They should be ousted right at the moment. And the only way to do that is for the civilians and the military and the PNP to cooperate with one another, ousting peacefully without bloodshed, an addict president with his addict administrations and the most corrupt Ngayon, sasabihin mo, eh nangyari na yan kay nung panahon ni Cory, ni JMA, wala namang pagbabago. Will we admit na walang pagbabago? But of course, we learn from history. Ang pagkakamali ng panahon ni Cory and even during JMA's time, pagka nang may upo si Cory, ang sambayan ng Pilipino nanahimik na. They left it entirely to the Cory administration. Na ang Cory administration naman ay na-manipulate ng mga new oligarchs. So, yun ang pagkakamali. In the same way na ganun din naman ang nangyari kay JMA. Ang taong bayan paubaya. O sige, nagawa na namin ang aming kagustuhan na maalis yung si Marcos, na-install si Cory, naalis si Irap, na-install si JMA. Eh okay na. Waiting na lang kami. Yun ang pagkakamali. And that was understandable in the first place. Bakit po? Noong mga panahon yun, wala pang social media masyado. Especially nung kay Cory talagang wala pa. Nung kay Jamie meron pero very limited. We just acquired informations from the stream media na kontrolado ng mga oligarchs. Kung ano lang ang gustong sabihin nila, yun lang ang malalaman natin. At naging conspirators nila yon ang mga oligarchs. Naging kakunaybans nila yon. Iba na ngayon. Kasi now, with the internet technology, everything that is happening, kung talagang searchful tayo, madali nating malaman. At madaling makapag-express ngayon ng opinion ang masang Pilipino. So in other words, given the situation nowadays, after the ouster of PBBM and his administration, and once ma-install ang bago, halimbawa sa Inday Sara, babantayan na natin ngayon yan with the new technology of the social media. We can be vigilant every time at masasabi agad natin kung ano ang mali at tama. So in other words, there will be a big difference. Hindi rason yung walang nangyari ng panahon ni Cory at ni Jamie without two kuditas. Kaya hindi na tayo magkukudita ngayon. Off tangent yung ganong reasoning. Ngayon, kung hindi tayo magkukudita, there will be no time for reform. Bakit? Sapagkat kung titingnan po natin, Mr. Major, kung talagang totoong you are for the genuine reform, anong ginagawa ni BBM at Tambaluslos? Kababayan mo. Kababayan natin. Because I am also from Burawin, Leyte. Pinipilit nilang alisin sa landas ang mga Duterte. Pinipilit nilang ma-impeach si Inday Sara so that by 2028, she could no longer run as president. So mananalo sa Tambaluslos. Kung titingnan mo, dinisqualify ng Comelec ang kalaban ni Tambaluslos dyan sa kanyang first district sa Tacloban, Leyte. Bakit dinisqualify ng Comelec? Of course, para masigurado na mananalo pa rin si Tambaluslos this 2025 election. Bakit ang Comelec was reduced to an instrument by the BBM administration to ensure na mananalo yung kanilang 12 senatorial candidates for this May 2025 election para masigurado na makuha nila ang total votes of the Senate to impeach Inday Sara. Kaya nga dinidili ni Escudero ang trial after the SUNA. At pinipilit nilang dayain ang eleksyon through the COMELEC para masigurado na manalo itong kandidato ng alyansang Bagong Pilipinas. Pag nakuha nila ang 12 slots, sigurado na nila ang 16 votes of the senators to impeach Inday Sara. Alam nila na mabango si Digong. Anong ginawa nila? Dineliver mismo ng administrasyong PBBM si Digong sa ICC. Pinilit nila. Wala nang jurisdiction ng ICC sapagkat nag-withdraw na tayo. At kung hindi makikipagtulungan ang gobyerno, assuming na mayroong warrant issued by the ICC, Digong cannot be arrested by the ICC. Nakita niyo naman ang Israel, si Putin sa Russia, hindi sila makuha ng ICC, even if there were standing warrant to that effect. So, anong ginawa ng gobyerno natin? Wala pa nga yung warrant. Talagang ipinadampot na ni Marcos kay Marbel at kay Torre ang si Digong. And the government even spent money for the charter plane bringing Duterte to ICC. Ikaw as bimidang major army officer, hindi ka ba nanliliit sa sarili mo na ang sarili nating kababayan, the ex-president as that, in the person of PRRD, who is loved by the Filipino people, who has done something good for the country. Mismo si PBBM, ang kanyang korap na gobyerno, ang humuli kay PRRD at pinilit ipasakay sa airplane papuntang Netherlands without even according his basic rights as an accused under the Constitution. Hindi ka ba nasusuka sa ginawa ng gobyerno? Ikaw na major army officers, sumumpa na pangangalagaan mo, proteksyonan mo ang sambayanan, ang bayan. Pero mismo itong bangag na Pangulo ang yumurag sa soberenya ng ating bansa. Bakit? We are an independent country. To deliver PRRD to the ICC to a certain extent is giving up our sovereignty. Ipinakita mo sa buong mundo o ipinakita ng bangag na Pangulo sa buong mundo ang pagiging taksil ng Philippine government to his own citizen, delivering his own citizen to the ICC. Di ka pa nasusuka, Major? Dami mong medalya na nakuha, supposedly representing for the heroism that you have done to this country. Kung mga genuine nga yung medalya mo. Tapos ngayon, ang ganda-ganda ng pagkasabi mo. Bakit yung hikayatin ang military na siya mag-solve ng problema ng bansa? Kayo itong may mali. Magandang pakinggan. Magandang pakinggan. Yung mangbubudol, ganun magsalita. But I hope and I believe you are not of that kind. I hope and I believe that you said what you have said with your genuine concern for the country. Honestly, yun ang paniniwala ko sa iyo. Kaya lang tinatanong kita, hindi ka ba nasusukat sa ginawa ni PBBM kay PRRD? It is not blind loyalty to the former president. It is examining what really has done by this administration to our former president, representing the Filipino people. Hindi ba pagtaksil sa bayan ang ginawa ni Marcos? Ipinakita sa buong mundo kung gaano kagago ang gobyernong ito. Ang ibang gobyerno pinoprotektahan ang kanilang mga mamamayan. Pero ito siya mismo ang nagpilit ginamit ang buong pwersa ng kapulisan and to a certain degree na ang military para magawa ang gusto nila. Ang gusto lang naman nila manatili sa kapangyarihan even beyond 2028. They wanted to perpetually the power holder in this country to the prejudice of the Filipino people. Sa totoo lang, kung si Duterte pa ang presidente, kahit manatili siya hanggang sa mamatay siya, dahil alam natin magandang kanyang ginawa at gagawin pa. Pero itong kay Marcos, any minute that he stays in Malacanang is prejudicial to the Filipino people. So kung matino at marunong mag-isip ang mga military at ang pulis, they should withdraw the support from their commander-in-chief. Narinig natin ang sinasabi niya ng NBI. Magugulat na lang ang mga vloggers na yan. Paristo na lang. Kasi nagkakalat ng fake news labang kay First Lady. Putang ina. Gustong palabasin ni Santiago. First Lady is a private citizen. Kahit na magkalat ng fake news yung mga vloggers laban sa kanya, it has nothing to do with the government. Bakit makikialam ang NBI? Ay di ba yan, demanda sila ng Devil Cyber si First Lady kung sinisiraan sila ng mga vloggers, kung totoo man yan. But for the NBI to say that, gago, pautang ina itong si Santiago. Pero bakit ginagawa ni Santiago yun? Binabayaran siya. Sinusuhulan siya ng Malacanang para takutin ang mga vloggers na huwag magsalita laban sa mga kagaguhan ng First Lady. Yan ang totoo. So, Mr. Major, I hope magkakampi tayo para sa ating common advocacy na gumanda ang Pilipinas. But be practical. Pag-isipan mo mabuti. At alam ko naman katulad ng mga nagsipag-resign sa PNP at sa Armed Forces, they were willing to risk their positions in the Armed Forces. Alam ko na naman ganun ka. Pero I do not encourage na mag-resign kayo sa Armed Forces. In fact, I want to stay. I want you to stay there. Para mahikayat mo yung ibang mga military officers to join your advocacy for the good of the Filipino people. Mga kababayan, mga barangay, pansamantala, wakasan natin ang ating talakayan ngayong umaga. Maraming pong salamat.